Good morning. This is Daddy Day Trader with the Accountability Series Day 13. And it was a roller coaster of a day today. Some really good things and some not so good things happened today, and I'll talk about those. And then stay tuned for the recap of the stock I traded most today, which was POL. So I had a trade on AUVI this morning at around 6:49 a.m. and that was I quickly cut that one, and it was basically a 7-cent loss. It was kind of hesitating and not showing much strength, so that was an okay trade in my trade book. I cut it before my 1% loss, but it would have eventually hit my 1% loss. So I think that was an okay trade. It never really went in my favor too far, so I wasn't cutting a winner. I was just kind of cutting a stagnant one. So I'm okay with that. And then from 6:50 all the way till 8:12, I was just sitting and waiting for something to set up. And POL was our leading gapper today, up 100. I was up maybe 70 or 80% at the time I started watching it this morning at 8:12. And it basically had come up to VWAP. It's tapping VWAP. I bought in. How many trades did I have on this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 3 red trades on it where I got stopped out, basically as it was breaking VWAP and showing strength. And then I got in one more time as it was breaking through VWAP again and hitting some getting through some new resistance levels. And that was the trade that did it. So at that point I was down 93 cents, I think. So I was in the red. Honestly, wasn't really feeling it today. It had been a long wait. I was already 3 trades into this particular stock and they were all basically VWAP flushes. So I was pretty frustrated by that, but it wasn't breaking down completely. So I do like to keep an eye on those to make sure that if they do break through VWAP, because they're showing like it keeps trying, right? So this is to be the 4th time it's trying to break through VWAP in a big way. And let me tell you, it broke. So I'm down 93 cents and I get in at $2.13 with 23 shares. And then from there it goes up. It gets to like 217 and it hesitates. So I'm starting to sweat. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna flush again, another loser trade. But it gets to 219 and it triggers my first 3% sale, or 218. So I sell 5 shares and then I set my stop to break even. So now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm still at a loss for the day, but it's much less. It's fluctuating between 6 cents loss for the day and 25 cents in between there. So I'm still sweating. I'm like, man, I'd really like to get green today. That'd be awesome. I just had 3 red trades, not really feeling it. So then it goes up to 222, 223. And I've got my stop in there at 213. So I know at least I'll get out more or less break even, but that's not that great because I'll still be red on the day. So it gets up to 223. And you guys are gonna hate me, and I hate myself for this, but then I sold out all my shares. So I had 18 shares. I sold them out at 222. And good thing is I'm green on the day. I'm green on the day, 73 cents. So I got out with all my shares. I got green on the day. I got almost 10 cents a share, which is pretty good. That's almost 6%. So that's great. And then I watched the stock, which is POL, and I see it's not breaking down. It's 224. It goes down to maybe 223. It stays up above where I sold out at. And then it starts to pick up momentum. 230, 240. And now I'm slightly irritated, slightly frustrated, like I did again, not let my green trades pay for my red trades, right? So let me talk about what happens next. It goes up from 240 and then it just gaps to 270 instantly. So now we're at 270, okay? We're at 60 cents more than where I bought it. And I would have been in that with 18 shares. Okay, 270, okay, whatever. And then this stock, over the next maybe like 15 minutes, goes up to $4.23. So I would have been up almost over 100% if I had kept those shares. I mean, that is a lesson to be learned again. So I clearly have this reoccurring pattern, right? I cannot seem to let my green trades run. What I need to do is I can get the best of both worlds. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to, if I'm red and I get green, sell half your shares at whatever price you want. And then that should get you at least to break even on the day. And then, leave the rest of your hotkeys and your profit targets where they are and let the trade play out. So you're getting out some of your money and you are letting the trade play out. So even with 9 shares, say I had 9 shares left, I would have been break even on the day because I would have sold 9 shares for 10 cents. That would have gotten me my break even on the day. And then I would have had, if it just had gone up, that's $2 a share, that's $18. This is nuts. That's with half my position. No, yeah, about half my position, so. I don't know what to say. So, lots of good things happened today. The strategy I used was sound, the break of VWAP. I seemed to be 1 or 2 or 3 trades early, but I stuck with it. And I'm proud of myself for continuing to stick with the trade and then hit one that was perfect. I'm not proud of myself for dipping out early on the trade. I'm super happy I'm green. I have this, now that I'm doing these videos and I'm putting them out there, like, I do have even more anxiety about being red, even a little bit. I was down 7 cents today for like an hour and a half, and it was burning a hole in my pocket. I'm like, and in the past, what I would have done was, I would have said, okay, let me just pop in this trade real quick. I only need 7 cents. That's it. That's easy. That's no problem. And then that trade would have go against me. Now I'm down 30 cents. And then now I'm down, 3 times that. I'm down from 7 cents to 30 cents. Okay, now I got to go a little bigger to get that 30 cents back. Okay, let me get back in. All I need is 30 cents. Oh, now I'm down $1.20. I didn't do that today. I didn't take any trades that were outside my trade book to make up that 7 cents that I was down. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. That was good. But it seems like, the same mistake is happening again and again, which is cutting my trades a little too early, a lot too early. So, today was a pretty extreme example. Going up $2 a share is pretty nuts. But, we're getting to proof of concept, I feel like. I've got quite a few green days in a row now, and I'm missing things to the upside, and I'm not taking a ton of losses. So I think that's great. I'm super stoked on that. So, today was a challenging day, and I think there's equal positives as there are negatives, but the negatives are like, how do you get more green? So I think that's actually a good thing. But so seriously though, like, you don't get a 100% move very often, and I was in that thing. Yesterday I missed 30%. Today I missed 100%. So, but I'm here doing it. I was in the stock. I traded it. I was in for the run. So that's good. I'm stoked. Geez. I'm green another day. I gotta get my green hat. Where is it? Green, baby. Watch that recap though, it's pretty cool. Kind of goes from when I started taking trades on it and losing 3 times in a row to when I get that last trade and it hits and then selling out and then watching it scream up to, the whole video isn't in there for it to go up to 423, but I think it goes up to like 270 in the video I have. You know, so it was good to do this, and so stay tuned for that. Appreciate it, and I'll be back tomorrow. It'll be Thursday, and I hope that I can not paper hand my trades again, and you know, stay in it and consider selling half of my shares, not the whole thing. Slow down, recognize what's happening, it's squeezing up, sell half your shares, get to break even, and then let the rest of the shares ride. So that's my mental plan. I need to add it to, I'm gonna add that to my trade book, and I really need to imprint that on myself, because I could be up $20 on a $50 trade. Like, that's nuts, that's huge. That's, if that was $5,000, I'd be up $2,000. I mean, come on. So, all right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll be back tomorrow. Stay tuned for that recap. All right, take care. This has been a Daddy Day Trader Accountability Series, Day 13. Come back tomorrow for more. Bye. All right, so on that trade, we got in at $2.10 for the break of VWAP with volume, and it did not go anywhere. Basically immediately stalled out and sold off. Luckily, I stopped out at a loss of 24 cents, so not too bad. That's a good stop out. It went down all the way to $2. So, I mean, that was a fair trade, I thought, in my trade book. So coming up through VWAP, broke VWAP, went up a little more, but then came back down again. So I guess it would have to break 210 to be interesting again, and then it obviously has to go above 215. So, but it's already 8:15, and nothing's looking too great right now, so I might just call it at a 31-cent loss. going to keep an eye on POL just to see if it does one more attempt. This would be like a triple top at 210. It is our leading gapper today, so it still has some potential. But the volume's so low right now, I don't know. We're just going to continue to watch it. I've got an alert. If the bid crosses $2.10, that would be a buy-in right now with volume, I guess. So we'll see what it does. Sort of grinding back up again. It's got some volume, got some green. It's about to break VWAP at 209. Sort of stalling out. Watching the ask here. Can it go past 210? Back down again. Okay. So I gotta keep my breathing going. Is it gonna go past 210? Watching the ask. Oh wow, that was an immediate flush. Okay, so that didn't work. That's a bummer. All right, so we're now at 2 red trades on that one. Basically, breaks a VWAP with some volume spike. So we can't really trust this one anymore. It's clearly doing false breaks, so should probably call it today at minus 81. Creating just an alert if it gets about 212. Sort of holding up here. But yeah, it's certainly not proving itself very well. I feel like if I wait for it to get above 215, then we're pretty far away from our VWAP. Does it become a valid trade for me anymore? Not really. So I might have been just too early on these VWAP breaks. Like it may go on to break later, but I probably won't be around to trade it. So yeah, that was a bummer trade. Just instant. But it's gone down more since then, so good that I got out. What's LQR doing? What's it gonna do? So it's tapped VWAP at 209. Volume's now decreasing. Needs to get to 212. Okay, we're getting some pickup here. 210. 211. Come on. Okay, we got stopped out. So we bought in at 212, got stopped out at up 210. Back in 213. Letting it go. Come on. Got to get to 219. Come on. And then we'll set a break even. Slowing down. Come on. 219, baby. Come on. There it is. Come on, sell it. No. Come on, 219. Now we set our stop to break even. We need to go to 226. I'm struggling right now. It's hard for me to sit and watch this. Come on. All right, I exited. Which was probably not the best choice, but see what happens. So I got out at 222, which is about a 6% gain. It's staying above that. Come on. So I got out at 2.22. It's now at 8%. So I missed 2% so far. Okay. Now it's at 230, so that's what, almost 10%. Back down again though. I got it at 213. Right? Yeah, 213. we're just gonna finish out watching this, and then we're gonna do a recap. So I could have been up, 4 more cents at this point. It's getting going. Okay, the top of that was, oh my god. Oh my gosh. 30% right there. %30. Son of a gun. That's so frustrating. All right. Okay, well, that's all right. Because we're green on the day. What's that like? Let's say we had all those shares. That's like a 40-cent difference. How many shares did I have? 23. Let's just say 15 shares times 24 is 4, $6. Crazy. Man, should have kept half. Son of a gun. All right, we'll shut this off and we'll do a recap. Clearly, in my recap, that's funny. Okay.